Tomorrow, our nation commemorates the 20th anniversary of the attacks that took place in our country on September 11th, 2001. These attacks killed nearly 3,000 people. On that day, terrorists hijacked 4 different planes. 2 of these planes were flown to the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City. The third was flown to the Pentagon building, the headquarters of our nation's armed forces near Washington, D.C. Terrorists aboard the 4th flight intended to attack either the White House or the Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Passengers on board that plane, however, hearing the news of what happened with the other 3 aircraft, fought back against the hijackers on their plane. After a struggle by passengers and crew to regain control of the aircraft, that 4th and final flight crashed into an empty field in rural Pennsylvania. We are at a moment in our nation's history where adults remember exactly where they were and what they were doing on 9/11. But Americans our age weren't even born yet. To learn more about how we can remember this important day in our history, please watch this.
I do walking tours of the 9/11 Memorial for the 9/11 Tribute Center. And I meet people on my tours from all 4 corners of the globe. On every one of my tours, I mention that most people don't remember what they did yesterday. But I have had so many guests on my tours come up to me and say that they remember every single detail about where they were and what they were doing on September 11th, regardless of where they're from.
When you talk to anybody, say, and you tell them where you were on September 11th, they'll tell you exactly where they were, because even though they may not have been in the building, but they'll definitely remember where they were.
People always remember every single moment of that day around the world, because September 11, 2001 is not just New Yorker's story, it's not just my story, but it is international part of history and a history of every single person in the world.
And what I say to my guests all the time is, that's your 9/11 story. And you should tell it, because by telling it, by doing so, you help us to share history, and you help us to keep the spirit of what happened here alive. And I'm inspired by that. That gives me so much hope.
I believe September 11th would be the equivalent of D-Day for certain generations, or Pearl Harbor, or when JFK was assassinated. Those seminal, markers in your history, in your lifetime.
My cousin was in Pearl Harbor. My father and grandfather remember Pearl Harbor. These generations will need to remember.
I think it's important to try to remember some tragedies. Remember that life can be very precious and can be gone in a flash.
These are emotional memories that cannot be translated into a textbook. These are stories that we tell people, and hopefully the generation will understand this here and bring it forward to the next generation.
I feel that a lot of people use September 11th to remember the wrong things, to remember the divisions instead of what brought us together. And I think as more and more time goes by, more and more people just remember the hate that caused that act instead of the love that followed it. We were all one that day. People from New York, D.C., all over the country and all over the world. Everybody was united. I think that's why everybody remembers where they were, because everybody's heart was here. I remember.
I remember.
I remember. I remember September 11th.
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 And now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
Face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
I'm Stella.
And I'm Kayla.
Now here's a special message from our principal, Mr. Ferry.
Hello, Norte. It's hard to believe we are entering into week 5 of our school year. That means this Friday we have report cards, progress report cards coming out. So please take a look at that progress report card and see if you have any missing assignments. And if you have a lot of missing assignments, then I really need you to reflect on why. Most of the time it's due to not having a routine after school. So make sure that you develop that routine so you're getting your homework done. What I have found is when you put things off, they typically don't get done. So when you get home from school, have that snack. And if you can, get going right away on your homework and schoolwork. The second thing I want to talk to you about today is some behavior I'm seeing on campus during brunch and lunch. Way too much running around campus, way too much grabbing backpacks, grabbing cell phones that are not yours. That needs to stop immediately. Today we had a student grab a friend's cell phone, ran with it, dropped it, cracked the screen. Now that's going to cost that family a lot of money to get that replaced. So if I see it happening, it's going to be a quick conversation, and we're just going to do timeouts during lunch and brunch with you guys. So please stop the running. Stop taking things that do not belong to you. Now, a Mr. Ferry fun fact, something new that I want to share with you guys. I am the baby brother of 2 older brothers. I have an older brother, Frank, who, believe it or not, used to be the mayor of Santa Clarita, also a principal. And I have another brother, Pete, who is a teacher at Pacoima Middle School. Just thought I'd share a fun fact about Mr. Ferry. I hope you guys are doing great. And let's have a great back-to-school night. Remind your parents about the videos that are posted online. We love you guys.
Today is the last day to fill out a Humble Hero Google form. A humble hero is someone who is kind and caring to those around them and doesn't seek credit for doing good deeds. If you know someone who you think is a humble hero, please go to hero.riotv.org to fill out the form.
Guess what, Rio? There's a new Norte News website, so make sure to go check it out. Go to nortenews.org to access it. The first Math Counts meeting will be held in room P5 during lunch at 12:05 p.m. on Tuesday, September 14th.
There's a GSA meeting, which is also on September 14th during lunch. Hope to see you there.
Hey Riverhawks, do you have an idea for a fun, inclusive club here at Rio Norte? You get to start your own club. Some ideas include a kindness study, video game, or anime club, and there's so much more.
If you're interested in this opportunity to positively impact our school, join the Rio Norte Club's Google Classroom for more information.
Here's this week's Teacher Spotlight from ASB.
Hi everybody, this is Rio ASB here for Teacher Spotlights, saying thanks to 2 amazing teachers on campus, Mrs. Joyce and Mr. Sheridan.
Hi, I'm Addison and I'm in Mrs. Joyce's 8th grade math, and things I really love about her is she's super funny and she really helps me with math.
Hi, I'm Julia and I'm in Mrs. Joyce's 8th grade math class, and I love Miss Joyce because she helps me get A's on my test and she's very funny and outgoing.
Christina and I'm in Mrs. Joyce's class, and I just really love her as a teacher and she's super helpful.
Hi, I'm Peyton. I'm in Miss Joyce's math class, and she's a really good teacher. I like her a lot. She's really helped me with my math this year.
I'm Sebastian. I'm in Mrs. Joyce's math class. She's really amazing and she helped me a lot this year.
Hi, my name is Chase Folk, and I want to appreciate Miss Joyce because I really love the way she grades. I love the way she teaches. I think it's really fun to be in her classroom.
Hi, my name's Mackenzie Medlin, and I'm in Mr. Sheridan's history class. And my favorite thing about Mr. Sheridan is he's always so upbeat, and he's always so happy when he does his lessons, and it's really fun.
Hi, I'm Jolie. I'm in Mr. Sheridan's class, and he's a great teacher because he's super funny and really good at teaching history.
Hi, I'm Emma. I'm in Mr. Sheridan's class, and he is such an amazing teacher because he has a great sense of humor. He always makes the material we learn fun, and he's super kind.
And I think he's such a fantastic teacher because he's so kind-hearted and always makes all the lessons that we learn so much fun and interesting.
Hi, I'm Emily Farrell, and I'm from Mr. Sheridan's class. And I think he's a great teacher because he teaches us about the real world.
I think he's a great teacher because he's respectful. He makes learning history fun.
Hi, I'm Tali. I'm in Mr. Sheridan's history class, and I like Mr. Sheridan because he's a really great teacher and he's really kind to all of the students.
If you'd like to be a part of your Teacher Spotlight this year, email Miss Ng at eng.hartdistrict.org. Thanks, Riverhawks.
And finally, here's your daily dose of positivity. Happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. Albert Schweitzer.
That's it for today. I'm Stella.
And I'm Kayla. Now let's kiss the week goodbye. And we'll see you next time on RioTV.